Good morning, everybody. We are coming up on Easter. It's getting closer. And part of the Easter story is where we talk about a woman named Mary Magdalene. Now, I've put Mary Magdalene into our disciples, calling of the disciples lessons because she followed Jesus and she was a very close friend of his. And she's sometimes known as the 13th disciple. So we're going to talk about her today, but keep in mind that we will be discussing more of her in a couple of weeks as we start talking about Easter. So settle in and let's hear the story of Mary Magdalene. This morning we are reading from the book of Mark, chapter 16, verses 1 to 11. When the Sabbath was over, Mary Magdalene, along with Mary, the mother of James, and Salome, brought spices so that they might go to anoint Jesus' body. Very early on the first day of the week, just after sunrise, they were on their way to the tomb, but they asked each other, "Who will roll the stone away from the entrance of the tomb?" Yet when they looked up, they saw that the stone, which was very large, had already been moved away. As they entered the tomb, they saw a young man, dressed in white robes, sitting on the right side, and they were very alarmed. "Don't be alarmed," he said. "You're looking for Jesus, the Nazarene, who was crucified. He has risen, he's not here. See the place where they laid him? But go, tell his disciples and Peter, he is going ahead of you into Galilee, where you will see him, just as he told you." Trembling and bewildered, the women went out and fled from the tomb. They said nothing to anyone, because they were afraid. When Jesus rose early on the first day of the week, he appeared first to Mary Magdalene, out of whom he had driven 7 demons. She went and told those who had been with him and who were mourning and weeping. When they heard that Jesus was alive and that she had seen him, they did not believe it. Alrighty, let's grab our lesson 9 bag and see what we've got to work with today. You have your insert, as usual. You have your 2 pieces of paper to work with, and your heavy paper to glue it all onto. And, don't lose it, somewhere nice and safely tucked in your bag is a little teeny tiny pin. Very important. Don't lose it. I'm going to set it right there. What we're going to start with is, there's my pen, labeling and trimming your sheet. So, today we talked about Mary Magdalene. Next up is we're going to color our sheet. Next, we also want to color the rock on the other page. And then when you've colored the rock, we're going to cut it out. While we've still got the scissors, there is a little black line on your main sheet, and we're going to cut along that as well. So now what we're going to do is we're going to take our little pin and poke it through right in the center of our rock, wherever you think the center is. I'm going to poke it through right about there. And then slide it through to the other side of the cut. And what you're going to do is it sort of separates into two little pieces. Pull it down, but not too tight. That way, our rock, oops, that was too tight. Is in front of the tomb and then slides away just like that. Now this is the back of the sheet. I drew a little circle around where our rock piece sort of slides back and forth. So what we want to do is glue the whole sheet except for there. Don't put any glue in there or your rock won't move. Remember to leave some space along this side because that's where we're going to do our binding. And what you also want to do is number the pages, just like we did last week. Next up, did you know? We are going to put our did you know facts about Mary Magdalene on the back of our page. So what did you learn today? So I learned that she met Jesus when he cast demons out of her. She was one of the first people to know that Jesus was alive, and she told all of the disciples, but they didn't believe her. Now before we clip it all together today, we're going to grab a hole punch, and we're going to put some holes in it. One at the top and one at the bottom. Now, you would like all of your pages to have holes in the same spot. So, this might take some time, but put them next to each other. And we're all ready to bind next week. You are almost finished your book. Well done, everyone. Your books are getting closer and closer to finished. We only have 1 week and therefore 1 page left in our stories. So, I'm pretty proud of you guys. I hope you're proud of yourselves. If you took any pictures of your progress so far, send it to me or your minister. We'd love to see what you guys are up to. But for right now, what we're going to do is we're going to say our prayer together. So even if you're not finished, just sort of settle down for a second and grab your insert. Dear God, thank you for being with us, even when other people don't believe. Thank you for choosing special people. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Amen, everyone. You enjoy your day, and I will see you again next week. Bye.